Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Steffy Forrester declares war on Hope Logan and Deke. We were all aware that the ceasefire between Hope Logan and Steffy Forrester on The Bold and the Beautiful would not endure indefinitely. To be honest, we assumed that they would initially clash over fashion lines or guys. However, according to BNB teasers, Steffy will end her ceasefire with Hope next week and pose a grave threat to both Hope and her younger brother, Deke Sharp. A few weeks earlier, Steffy Forrester, the matchmaker for Deke and Hope, upset Hope Logan by firing Deke Sharp from Forrester Creations. Since then, the two women have been cautious around one another. However, the two adversaries will have a lot to talk about when word spreads about the new woman in Hope's father's life. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy will be enraged by Taylor Hayes and Deacon Sharp's recent affair. When she finds out that Hope and Deke are pushing their father to go after Taylor, she will be even more enraged. Deke and Hope will be playing matchmaker with their parents as Queen Steffy tries to put an end to her mother's new romance, and it won't go down well. Since Steffy had already fired Deke from Forrester Creations, she could threaten to fire Hope Logan as well. Hope is ecstatic about the hope for the future rebirth, which is obviously very important to her. Will Hope's line be shut down by Queen Steffy using her influence at the office? Is Steffy going too far in Steffy's defense? Dating Deacon will seriously endanger her mother. When the truth is revealed, Sheila Carter will continue to torment her. At the end of the day, Taylor can be with whoever she wants since she is a grown lady and a grandma. Does Steffy have to give up? Do Hope and Deke need to be on the lookout? BNB spoilers. We don't mean Brooke when we say that Eric Forrester is Team Logan. Will Eric Forrester truly be the ultimate betrayer on The Bold and the Beautiful? We are aware that when Rich Forrester had the patriarch retire, his ego was bruised. But is Eric truly that enraged that he would betray his entire family and the business he helped establish? Eric Forrester has built his family's fashion firm for nearly 40 years. Is Katie wrong to join Ridge's dad? But now that Ridge, his son, is in charge of the family business, Eric will no longer be allowed to design for their collections. Ridge may have had good intentions, but anyone with two eyes could see that his father was devastated by his spontaneous retirement celebration. This week's spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Eric Forrester is considering doing the unimaginable and wants to work for Ridge's rival. Although it's still unclear if Eric is mentally sound, there have been suspicions that he may be suffering from the early stages of dementia. If that proves to be accurate, Eric's unexpected action would undoubtedly make more sense. Since Eric Forrester and Katie Spencer have developed a close relationship over the years, it is not shocking that he is supporting her in her new fashion venture. Helping Katie defeat your own son and secretly applauding her accomplishment are two completely different things. To be fair, Katie doesn't think she's starting Eric's open interview for a design job. In fact, Katie Spencer seemed to be as shocked as domestic viewers that Eric would attempt to harm his family's business. Bridge shocked by betrayal. Ridge and Brooke Logan have expressed their opinions about Katie's new business rather clearly. You can imagine what will happen when they find out about Eric Forrester's treachery. Do you believe the patriarch is sane? This time, is he going too far in his ego war with his son? Monday, January 19th. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. RJ's dating obstacle is Donna pressuring Katie to confess. According to Monday, January 19th. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Donna Logan Forrester will press Katie Logan Spencer to confess to Brooke Logan Forrester. Let's talk about the future of BNB since RJ Forrester will also encounter a dating obstacle. Now that they've formally met, it's obvious that RJ and Electra Forrester are experiencing a little spark. Electra and RJ will probably end up dating eventually because the program is heavily emphasizing the "we have the same last name, but we're not blood-related" theme. To find out if Electra has a partner, RJ may actually ask her out on Monday or at the very least go fishing. There will be a romantic obstacle when RJ finds out that Electra and Will Spencer are dating. But this new RJ appears like a self-assured man who isn't afraid to stand out for what he believes in. Given that we are aware of his developing rivalry with Will, RJ might choose to pursue Electra even if the chance presents itself. Will be dealing with some worries regarding his future at Forrester Creations in the interim. Given the drama between Katie and Brooke, Tension may have an impact on Will's work and result in his dismissal. Fortunately, if Will's Forrester career doesn't work out, an entire Spencer empire is waiting for him. Will might assist Katie's staff at Logan or work alongside Bill and Liam Spencer at Spencer Publications. Regarding Katie's team at Logan, she recently told Brooke that she had hired her lead designer. When Eric Forrester entered while Brooke was questioning Katie about who it was, Brooke appeared suspicious. Donna will force Katie to confess to Brooke and make the designer shocker public, even though Eric was expecting to share his good news when the moment was appropriate. Eric is determined to teach Brooke and Rich Forrester to respect their elders, regardless of whether Brooke receives updates on the complete truth now or in the future. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Katie will be happy that Eric is supporting her and won't back down. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Will Daphne's disorganized mother ruin her and Carter's wedding plans? According to rumors and updates for The Bold and the Beautiful, Daphne Rose's turbulent mother may be traveling to Los Angeles. Is it possible that Carter Walton and Daphne's mother caused some pre-wedding mayhem? A disorganized mother from Daphne's past? There were intriguing clues regarding someone from Daphne's past possibly stirring things up when B&B revealed their autumn preview spoilers for 2025. This sparked rumors that Daphne's relatives would be coming to town. Even though that specific notion didn't come to pass at the time, it is still a possibility. Now that we are in 2026, viewers may still be able to glimpse someone from Daphne's past if the plot is somewhat postponed. Given that Carter and Daphne recently got engaged, this is especially likely. Parisian relatives will want to see Carter as word of Daphne's impending nuptials spreads. Some of her Parisian relatives will probably be very excited to see the man who has won her heart. Daphne has told Carter that she doesn't think a relationship is necessary for her to feel whole, and has previously turned down offers from other suitors. Daphne's decision to marry Carter may surprise her family, because they are probably aware of her previous choices. We can easily imagine a family member or two showing there to make sure Daphne knows exactly what she is getting herself into. Daphne's mother appears to be the most sensible option among them, so let's examine what might happen if she chooses to go to Los Angeles before the wedding. Will Carter's mother disapprove of him and perhaps even look into his past? Given Carter's history of failed relationships and multiple proposals over the years, Daphne's mother could question his dedication to her daughter. She could put him to the test and perhaps even look into his past to determine if he truly deserves Daphne. However, while in Los Angeles, Daphne's mother might be a gold digger hoping to land a wealthy Forrester or Spencer. Daphne has stated that she has family waiting for her back in Paris, so we can imagine her making things even more complicated if she tries to woo someone in order to start over. Given that she has decided not to go back home, a family member or two will probably visit her, especially as her wedding day draws near. RJ on The Bold and the Beautiful. All the information you require. We'd be pleased to provide you with some background information about RJ Forrester, the character from Bold and Beautiful who grew up really rapidly. In 2016, RJ, who had previously been portrayed by young actors including Jack Horan and Mace Coronel, was recast with Anthony Turpel, who stayed on the soap opera until 2018. In April 2023, B&B revived the character, with Joshua Hoffman as the Forrester heir. The part was recast with daytime newcomer Brian Nicoletti when RJ returned to the canvas in January 2026, following his final appearance in October 2024. Brooke Logan was unsure if Rich Forrester or his brother Nick Marone would be the baby's father when she became pregnant. Jackie Payne conducted a second paternity test after many had been tampered with, and she told Brooke that Ridge was the child's biological father when she was giving birth. After deciding to name the child after his father, Brooke chose Rich Forrester Jr. after the boy was born in 2004. Everyone referred to him as RJ. RJ was largely kept out of the Forrester and Logan family conflicts when he was younger. However, the children accidentally started a fire in the living room as they left the house by themselves with his sister, Hope Logan. After Child Protective Services intervened, Brooke and Ridge battled for custody, with Brooke ultimately prevailing. Additionally, everyone made a special effort to keep RJ in the dark until his mother returned home safely when Brooke and Thomas Forrester went missing after a plane crash in the Pacific Ocean. When RJ got back from boarding school in 2016, he started the process of getting his parents back together because Brooke was then engaged to Bill Spencer. In a sweet gesture that ultimately clinched the deal, RJ even assisted Ridge in drawing a massive heart with their names in the sand on the beach, encouraging his father to fight for the lady he loves. When Forrester Designs appeared on a Spectra runway, RJ quickly defended Coco Spectra, a new intern at Forrester, arguing that she wasn't like the rest of her family. Unfortunately, Coco was unaware that she was assisting her in stealing because her sister Sally Spectra had given her a necklace that had a camera. RJ reluctantly accepted Brooke's choice to wed Bill rather than Ridge and supported Coco after Ridge fired her. RJ allowed Coco to drive Ridge's Camaro in an attempt to impress her, but she was taking selfies while driving, which caused her to crash into a tree. After RJ was admitted to the hospital due to a concussion, Brooke chastised her son and said they were fortunate to be alive. RJ was happy that his father made it back home safely when Ridge vanished in the Persian Gulf after Bill threw him out of a chopper. When Brooke and Ridge made the decision to reconcile, he was even delighted. When RJ returned home in April 2023, he had been touring the globe as a social media celebrity and hadn't been seen since 2018. Hope, Ridge, and Brooke were all overjoyed to see him return, and RJ announced that although he had been avoiding the family conflict by staying away, he intended to stay for some time. When Eric Forrester requested his grandson to assist him in creating his final legacy collection, RJ consented despite his father's attempts to encourage him to start designing. RJ assisted in sketching out his grandfather's drawings because Eric was unable to draw due to a degenerative condition. Additionally, he fell in love with Luna Nozawa, the new Forrester intern, and was desperate to retain her on board even after her aunt, Lee Finnegan, requested that she leave the business. RJ was devastated to hear that his grandfather was dying, but he was content with his developing friendship with Luna. Ridge lied that Eric had won their fashion battle after RJ, caught between Eric and Ridge, finally gave in and notified his parents about Eric's illness. Zen Forrester felt excluded from this intimacy between the three, and RJ wished he could also be honest with him about Eric. When Eric passed unconscious during a family gathering, the truth was revealed, and Luna helped RJ while they awaited the outcome of the experimental procedure. Zend and RJ became even more irate when Ridge asked his son to assist him in finishing Eric's last collection. Eric was fortunately spared, but RJ and Zend remained at odds, particularly after his competitor enticed Luna to a romantic meal with him. When RJ found out that Poppy Nozawa, Luna's mother, had a history with Bill Spencer, he proposed to his girlfriend that Bill might be her father, but Poppy refused to talk about it. After moving into the beach house that RJ had rented from Bill, he made love to Luna. Before Luna eventually admitted that she had taken some of her mother's special mints and had slept with Zend while under the influence, RJ was worried that she had left the celebration of Eric and Donna's wedding somewhat intoxicated. After some time, RJ and Luna were able to make amends, but they experienced another fright when she briefly believed she was pregnant. Like everyone else, he was taken aback when Luna and Poppy moved into the Spencer mansion after a DNA test revealed that Bill was her father. When Katie Logan inquired about Poppy after Tom Starr and Hollis were killed, RJ informed her about the mints. Additionally, RJ told Katie about Tom's letters to Poppy pretending to be her father when Luna gave them to him. Unaware that Luna was the murderer, RJ consoled her when Poppy was taken into custody. He was, of course, appalled when Steffy was abducted and the truth about Luna came to light, especially after learning that Luna had deliberately slept with Zend while pretending to be high. Who is Will? Elektra develops feelings for her cousin. I sigh. Walking that fine line of incest, the bold and the beautiful is back at it. In actuality, no soap works better. Recall that Ridge raised a girl as a daughter for a number of years and once kissed her, believing her to be his daughter. Not to mention that Rick developed feelings for Phoebe, his niece. Since RJ came before her, Elektra is now unable to recall Will's name. Elektra appeared to be on the verge of passing out. Did she want to punish herself for betraying her virginity to the wrong man? She could have given her virginity to someone with her own last name if she had waited until Prince RJ came back to Forrester Palace to captivate her. Yes, indeed. This is going to get really strange at that point. They are relatives but not really, as RJ and Elektra have already mentioned. Since Eric is not Ridge's real father, they are not blood relatives. However, that doesn't mean that this isn't strange. Whether they like it or not, RJ and Elektra are linked, Therefore, a romance won't work for the audience. Other semi-incestuous partnerships on their program came and went like two ships that pass in the night because soap opera fans dislike situations like this. And that's precisely what Elektra and RJ must be. Do you want more information? We've got you. The greatest complete B&B recaps on the internet can be found on Soap Central. You may even go back more than 30 years and read every single one of them. We also have daily spoilers if you're eager for the next episode. And no matter what you do this weekend, remember to read the 2 scoops for some chuckles in what is as near to a viewing party as possible without actually being a show. The greatest thing is that we want to hear whether you agree or disagree. What works and what doesn't on B&B is just my opinion. The Logan sisters' fight on B&B was unexpected, but it has brought life to the entire program. Ridge and Brooke are quite unhappy about Logan, Katie's new fashion firm, being in direct competition with Forrester Creations. Ridge: the last time Spencer stole from us, Katie ran Forrester for a minute and a half. What have they got now? No design staff, no sense of style, and a moniker that doesn't belong to them. Good luck. In fact, Logan is Katie's name as well. She is employing skilled designers with a strong sense of style who were fired by Ridge from Forrester. First up came Deke, the half-brother of Hope, Katie's niece and Brooke's daughter, who is sure to cause a lot of chaos. Katie: you're talented. I'm driven to succeed, and you might be able to assist me disprove her sister. Well done for being open about her objectives. Katie's constant gushing about Dollar Bill gifting her a fashion house is the only thing I disagree with. This is the most incredible thing that anyone has ever done for me, said Katie. That I miss you because her brother Storm shot himself to death so Katie may have his heart. Deke having to work at his dad's restaurant after being fired from Forrester, and dealing with his stepmother has caused some unpleasant situations. Sheila was pleading with Deke to pardon her for making a terrible regrettable error when refilling water glasses, and I thought, one mistake? Deke won't put up with it. Deke: you are aware that Sheila hasn't contributed to your success, but you have succeeded in spite of her. The majority of both customers and employees find it intolerable to be around her. Your wife is shunned by everyone like the plague. You deserve better. A life with a decent, morally upright person who isn't a convicted felon. The close quarters have also made for some entertaining eavesdropping. Sheila: is it possible for us to speak? I heard what you were saying. Deke: my dad and I were having a private conversation. It's the kind of energy individuals need to cope with Sheila. You encouraged your father to find another woman, and that didn't feel real good. Deacon employed this psychotic killer to meet the customer she attempted to kill at his restaurant after marrying her, which never made sense. Okay, if the objective is to give Sheila a more believable story. Another important aspect of this plot, that is leading to a familiar place, is Steffy and Hope's conversations at Forrester over Taylor and Deacon getting together. Your mom is into my dad? Asks Hope. My dad leaving Sheila would be wonderful. She will go insane, Steffy said once more. It's absolutely insane that Joey wants to name the new free clinic after Doug McBride on BTG. You might wonder why. Because when he killed Vanessa's husband, Joey was in bed with her. Even though Leslie can smell a rat, she is unaware of Joey's potential. Leslie: you allowed poor dim-witted Dr. Doug to accumulate a gambling debt in your casino, then he drove himself into a ravine 3 sheets to the wind on booze from your bar, and you started getting busy with his widow. Joey: everyone has to make decisions. Doug produced his. There is no guilt involved in my acknowledging him with this gesture. It's about paying tribute to the father of Vanessa's children. Joey is cool, but collaborating with crazy Leslie on a project honoring a man who died solely as a result of Joey seems like a request.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.